been the linchpin of U.S. national security for decades, appears increasingly hollowed out. Following a meeting with NATO Secretary General, Trump doubled down on his attacks on the alliance, which of course came to our defense after we were attacked on September 11th. Trump posted this on social media, quote, "NATO wasn't there when we needed them, and they won't be there if we need them again. Remember Greenland, that big, poorly run hunk of ice." New reporting today reveals that the Trump administration appears ready with a plan to try to weaken the NATO alliance. Wall Street Journal is reporting this, quote, "The White House is considering a plan to punish some members of the NATO alliance that Trump thinks were unhelpful to the U.S. and Israel during the Iran war." That's according to administration officials. The proposal would involve moving U.S. troops out of North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries deemed unhelpful to the Iran war effort and stationing them in countries that were more supportive. But it's not clear Donald Trump has even thought that through, because there's a possibility that his plan could actually serve to bolster the alliance. More from the Wall Street Journal, quote, "The plan could result in putting more U.S. troops closer to the Russian border, an outcome likely to antagonize Moscow." Joining me now, Washington Post reporter John Hudson's here. He covers the State Department and national security. Also joining us, retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Steve Anderson's here. Luke Broadwater is still with us. General Anderson, I start with you. Weakening NATO is a long-time instinct of Donald Trump's. I remember every time he traveled in the first term, his national security folks, I think H.R. McMaster was the first one, and Dana Powell, his deputy, would background reporters and reassure everyone that he was about to affirm our Article 5 commitments. He'd do it in the next